Hi guys, it's Zola. Welcome back to my channel. As you may or may not have noticed, there has been a bit of a name change. I'm no longer ZWP. I am a girl in recovery now, just because I felt like that title just fit what I'm trying to put out there, because I am a girl in recovery. Although I still will occasionally probably do political rants if there's something I feel extremely fired up about. I am going to be more niching down towards addiction and recovery because it's something I've experienced. It's something that still affects me to this day, both for my own recovery and then, oftentimes I'm affected by other people's recovery. Boom. Fuzzy slippers. So let me just get comfortable and dive in here. Today, I want to talk about something that is really important, especially in active addiction and in recovery. Rationalizations, justifications, excuses. It's all these like manipulation tactics that we use not only on other people but even on ourselves as addicts. So hopefully this won't just be useful to those in recovery but those around them, and it actually is pertinent to just people in general because it's something we all do on some level, normie or not. Dunder Mifflin. People versus paper people. I'll give you just a here. That was really hot. Lemon ginger. Let me just take the lid off here and yeah. So I remember in my active addiction, looking back now, like I've actually, I've put a lot of work into bettering myself. Of course, it's a lifelong thing. I'm never just gonna wake up and be like, oh, I don't need to work anymore. I'm now perfect. As soon as I got a hold on something else rears its ugly head. Or as soon as, I make a lot of progress in one area, I kind of backtrack in another. But putting so much work into myself, I'm now able to look back and realize like, wow, I had a lot of character defects, and I'm also able to see them in other people, which kind of sucks, but it's not my job to tell other people what's wrong with them. It's not. That's on them. I used to justify my drug use hardcore. I would rationalize my drug use. I would justify it by saying, well, it's okay. I've been through a lot of trauma. I'm self-medicating because I don't know how to cope. I would rationalize it by saying, oh, well, I would blame the healthcare system. I would say, well, it's okay that I'm using drugs, meth and heroin, because I've got all these injuries, so I'm in a lot of pain, and the healthcare system sucks so bad that I don't have insurance, so it's cheaper and easier for me to use street drugs, and the doctor would give me the same thing anyway, and I would say, oh, I have ADHD, so therefore it's okay that I'm, shooting Drano that likely was made in somebody's freaking bathtub. Just all these crazy things. And I started to think of like my drug dealer as my doctor. And it's crazy because if you really break it down, it does make sense. And that's why it was easy enough for me to justify it in my brain. I would make all these excuses. I would blame everybody else for my drug use. The crazy thing is a lot of those excuses are justifiable. Like they're real excuses. I did go through a lot of trauma. I did have a just horribly messed up childhood. I was hurt by a lot of people in my life, like everybody that I was supposed to be able to trust. But the thing is, those excuses, those rationalizations, those justifications, they didn't do a goddamn thing for me except keep me sick. They kept me sick. And that's what they do. They just keep you sick. They keep you being the victim. They keep you in this place of denial, in this place of like rationalizing everything, and they keep you sick. They keep you from taking your power and realizing that you have the power to change, that you have the power to make your life better. And I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I don't have any choice. Oh, I this, I that. You always have a choice. You may just not want to make that choice. It may not be a good choice, but you always have a choice. You're not locked in a box. You can always leave the shitty relationship. You can always, you can always figure it out. You can. There's always a choice. You just have to find it. You can choose to be a better person. You can choose to stop blaming everybody else. You can choose to get help. We learn from society around us. We learn and we model what we're shown from babies. Like we're born potatoes. We like know nothing. We just have reflexes. If we're surrounded by people that are consistently and constantly modeling those character defects, which when you're in the drug world, of course you are surrounded by people who do that. That's how everybody stays stuck. Then it can be really hard to make that jump. And then when you start seeing other people do that, it's so foreign that it's scary and it's wrong. So you really do have to retrain your brain in order to grow as a person, in order to make the healthy changes to have a healthy lifestyle. And you know, there are people who they desist drug use, but they don't really change. They're basically the same person that they were prior to the drug use. And that's the thing, those behaviors aren't just caused by drug use. There's plenty of normies that never touched a drug in their life that have those horrible behaviors. It's just a little more concentrated into the drug world. And stopping the drugs doesn't just magically fix them either. Like, you're not just gonna like quit the drugs and then wake up and just be a perfect person, because the drugs are a symptom of a deeper problem. And you've learned that's your coping mechanism, is to rationalize and justify and make excuses. That's been your coping mechanism. That's your life. That's all you know. So it's really hard to make those changes. It really is. It takes, you know, surrounding yourself with other people who model that. And it takes just a lot of work. I still find myself doing it to this day. I always have to work on it, because I don't want to be that person that I used to be. I just don't. I'm not a victim. I have been a victim in the past. I'm a survivor. So why would I want to continue the behaviors that keep me stuck in the victim stance, that continue to make me weak, that I don't take any self-accountability? Like, no. I mean, yes, there are people to blame. There are, you know, I could get lost in that all day. I could, because I do have justifications. I really do. But what good do they do me? None. They keep me sick. When it comes down to it, I chose to start doing drugs because it was the easy way out, because I couldn't deal with my emotions. And instead of getting therapy, instead of doing the hard work, instead of dealing with my emotions, I chose to do drugs. I got addicted. Yes, addiction is a disease and it sucks, and I don't beat myself up for getting addicted to drugs anymore, because that's not who I am anymore. Shit happens. Well, like, it is what it is. But you know, I chose, after I went to treatment, I chose not to follow my recovery program. I knew what I was doing. I did it anyway. And then I relapsed. You know, just like I have choices now, you know. It's just crazy. But yeah, the justifications, the rationalizations, like the excuses. It's okay, trauma causes addiction, so I'm cool, you know, just being a drug addict, because it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's everybody else's fault. Like, come on, dude. No, it is your fault, because you know what? You are choosing to not change. You're choosing to stay stuck in the problem. You are choosing to stay stuck in your addiction. Addiction is a disease, but recovery is a choice. Healing is a choice. Getting the help you need is a choice. Getting help is hard. Admitting you need help is hard. But hello, like, what are you doing now? It's easy to stay in your addiction. It is. Like, it's hard, but it's easy too. It's much harder to actually put in the work. So anyways, I don't know, stay tuned. You know, I'm really trying to make some changes to my YouTube channel and get a little more active on here. I'm working on learning how to edit my videos. It's going to be a progress, because I don't have anybody really teaching me how to do this. I don't have any fancy camera gear. I'm doing it all on my phone for now. I started this channel originally because I wanted to help people, and then I kind of let that get away from me for a while. And I do want to use my voice, not just to help people, but because also it's healing for me. And I've been working really hard with school and work and trying to move. I'm moving across country soon, and just like all this, you know, crazy stuff. So I feel like I've kind of let my recovery get away from me a little bit, and this is a way that helps me stay accountable. I'm not gonna do that whole cliche like, oh, if I can do it, you can do it too. I don't know that. Like, getting clean was the hardest thing I ever did. I don't know if you can do it too. I don't know your life circumstances. I don't know your mentality. I mean, there are just so many variables that go into it. I mean, can you? Yeah. Will you? I don't know. I hope so. I really do. But all I can do is I can't get you clean. All I can do is like share my experience, strength, and hope, and provide some insights. That's it. So, like I said, new stuff coming, kind of a new setup, new layout. I'm gonna be working on a few new things. I've got a couple guest stars in the works. I've got a really great content calendar, so stay tuned. If you haven't hit that subscribe button right down there, please do so. If you have anything regarding addiction or just, you know, anything like with my life that you'd like to know, pop a comment down below and I'll do my best to respond. I gotta find some cool like ending thing. I don't think that's it. I don't know what to do with my hands. Is this thing on?